Hello and welcome to our new episode. And today we are going to discuss about the game week 14, which has already started, and it's a mid-table fight. And it has started on Wednesday, Newcastle versus Norwich, and Newcastle has taken the shares. The next game was Leeds versus Crystal Palace. It was a tight game. It is a fight for the mid-table, but Rafinha, as usual, has come to the party. And whenever the games are too close, it is the Brazilian superstar who takes it over. Mr. Raza Farouk, what are you going to say about this week's fight? I think there are some very exciting matches that we have to look forward to. What do you say?
No doubt, brother. No doubt, Mr. Swan. You have talked about Newcastle versus Norwich or Leeds versus Crystal Palace, but you forgot about Manchester versus Arsenal.
And that we are looking for, of
Arsenal
course, that is
versus
Friday, and we are going to look into that game. Surely that is going to be the cream on this cake. But the games that we have just gone through were tightly contested. And now we should be looking forward to Southampton versus Leicester. What are you going to say about this? What is your opinion regarding this
Leicester gone. Les,
event?
Le, I will go with Leicester. Leicester gonna thrash Southampton without any doubt. Vardy will kill them. You must recognize Vardy. Vardy is most underrated player in this season, but I think Vardy will thrash Southampton easily.
Okay, you're going with that, but let me say something. Southampton has lost their last two games, but Leicester has also lost one of their last two games. They've only won the last game. Okay, there is a good news that Jamie Vardy is back in action. He has scored 2 goals in the last game. So you think even though Leicester is playing an away game, they should come out victorious?
Without any doubt, having a Vardy, informed Vardy, you can't rule out Leicester.
I think I have to agree with you. I think I have to agree with you. The next game, the same time, it's Watford versus running away leaders Chelsea. They had a draw against Manchester United, mind you. What are you going to say? I think it has to be Chelsea. If it isn't, this title race is wide open. I would like to
You are
listen to what
forgetting
you are going to say.
something. You are forgetting something. Watford has passed 4 against United.
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree. I agree.
you are undermining Watford. Although I am agreeing with your opinion that Chelsea going to win it, but it's not an easy game.
Don't you
Chelsea had
think
to grind out this
this
result.
is going to spice up the Premier League table if only if Watford gets some points in this fixture?
It will City must be hoping that your prediction got true.
Yes, 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 yes. I agree
But
with
I
you. I
think
agree with you.
Chelsea has a very good defense. James, Mendy, they won't let Watford to score any easy goal. Although miracles happen in football, it's just football.
I agree. I agree. So somewhere in you, that Manchester United fan is speaking out. You want Chelsea to drop points. I get it. I get it. So we are moving to the next game. It's
Oh, yeah,
West
yeah.
Ham versus Brighton. I think it's going to be a tightly contested game, although West Ham is at home, but they have lost their last two games. I agree. One of them is against Manchester City. You are supposed to lose that game. But with Antonio in the side, Moyes leading the side, I think West Ham should sneak through.
Yeah, they have a positive point. Brighton remain winless from last 8 games. Antonio must be smashing his shoes to score some goals. But
Yeah,
overall, Brighton has a poor record, especially in last 10 to 12 games.
right.
So West Ham will win by 3-1 or 2-0, something like that.
I agree with you. And something about their away record is also not very exciting.
Very
Let's move
poor,
to the
very
other game.
poor.
Let's move to the other game. It's Wolves versus Burnley. Wolves have found some form in the last few games. What are you going to say? Jimenez is in form. The number of shots he has taken inside the penalty area is also something to look into. I think with Jimenez in the side and in finding some form as well, I think this should be a good contest. But I think Wolves has to win this game.
Uh, I think Wolves will win this game.
Okay.
There are two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
First, Burnley is in danger zone. They are fighting for their place. Secondly, score. If you ask for score line, I think Wolves will win by 2-0, 2-1, something like that. Because Nivas is also suspended for Wolves.
So it's a tight affair. Let's be frank about it. Even if Wolves win it, which they should win it to get to the target at the end of the season, they have to win such kind of games. A home game against Burnley, there should be 3 points. If they don't get it, I think they will be disappointed. Let's move to the other game. This is a spicy game. It is Steven Gerrard against Pep Guardiola. This is going to fascinate you, I think. What do you say, Mr. Raza?
If you ask me, I think for as a Manchester United fan, I will. I am. I don't know to whom I support. Either I will go for Manchester City, which are David enemies, or Aston Villa is headed by Steven Gerrard, Liverpool player, Liverpool legend. I don't know to whom I would support.
But I would say that since Steven Gerrard has come into the coaching area, he has drastically improved Aston Villa. What do you say? The last 2 games they won it. The previous 3 they had lost it, and they have scored 4 goals in it. I think this is not going to be an easy ride for Manchester City and Pep Guardiola. What are you going to suggest in this regard?
Aston Villa has a positive trajectory. They have to Steven Gerrard. If you ask Steven Gerrard's impact, he has totally changed this team. But they have to face Manchester City. Pepe's Manchester City. So I think Manchester City will grind this result out easily by 3 goals. I think I would suggest for fantasy players that they should add Manchester City defenders, Diaz, Cancelo, or
For some time,
Ederson.
I got you. I got you. You're getting a bit cheesy here. Who is
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
believe Pep Guardiola regarding the fantasy side, man? You just don't know which 11 are going to turn up on the match day. Pep Guardiola is the biggest villain for fantasy managers has ever had. Nobody just trusts Pep Guardiola. Even Pep Guardiola, sometimes I suppose he even doesn't know what he's going to field on the match day. Only Ederson
But you,
or probably Diaz are the only 2 players which you can
yes,
guarantee. Rest, none of the other 9 players are guaranteed to start in the next match day. What are you going to say?
exactly. I was going to say the same thing. There are only 2 players which you can say that will 100% start for Guardiola's team. Otherwise, you can't even predict that who is going to be a striker, who is going to be a midfielder.
Okay.
You are
So
asking about 9 players. I think their roles are also dubious that who is going to play where at which spot.
yeah, I agree to that. So you are saying Manchester United is going to win this game? I have a slight different opinion. I think this is going to be a very, very tight game, probably a chance or two in the match. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Let's move to the other game. It's Everton versus Liverpool. Oh, this is a Merseyside derby, but this is not what the fans were supposing at the start of the season. They had Rafa Benitez for Everton, but off late, Everton has shown a very, very sorry side, and Liverpool are on fire. They have hammered 4 past Arsenal. They are on a roll. They have someone called Mohamed Salah. He is an exceptional player, and this season he has moved to another level. What are you going to think? I think hands down, Liverpool is going to win this game against Everton. What do you say, Mr. Raza?
If you haven't fielded Salah in your fantasy team, then man, what you are doing? Salah should be in your fantasy team at any cost. I think he
Really?
should be captain. And if you talk about Everton, Rafa Benitez literally disappointed me very much.
All right, all
Liverpool,
right.
Everton has won only 1 match from their last 10 games.
And the last 5, they have lost 4 games. I mind you
Four
about it.
games,
This is just one
exactly.
draw and
That
4 defeats. This is not very exciting news for the Everton fans. And Liverpool have scored 8 goals in their last 2 games without any response. And with Salah ever increasing his profile, over 2 million people love to have him in their side. And with Sadio Mane and Van Dijk is also scoring, Mr. Raza.
you are forgetting Jota. who scored
Jota,
two
yeah,
goals in the
he's
last
back. He's back.
game.
He's back. He's
He's
back. I
back.
agree with you.
Liverpool
He's an
will
exciting
fire on
prospect.
all cylinders.
I agree with you. You just cannot ignore Liverpool. I say they have so many players, and all of them are scoring goals. All of them are providing points. And for fantasy side, Trent Alexander-Arnold, even Robertson is back in form, and Salah,
Their
Jota,
defenders are
Mane.
scoring goals.
They
You
are.
just named it. Which player is not scoring
I
goal?
agree. I was just going through a record, and Rafinha scored a couple of goals in midfield, and he is the only midfielder who has scored more than 4 goals, and he's not from Liverpool side. So Liverpool midfield is absolutely ridiculous this season, and with Salah in such stunning form, I just don't see any other player winning this Premier League award if he carries on with this. He is providing attacking returns in virtually every game, and he's not even looking at the opponent. The tougher the opponent, probably he raises his game.
Exactly, exactly. You just hit the bullseye.
All right. So I think
So
it's hands down from both of us. It has to be Liverpool winning this game pretty comfortably, this Merseyside derby.
easily, easily.
Okay, so we move to the next game, which is on Friday, the 3rd of December. It's Spurs versus Brentford. I think this is going to be an exciting game. What do you say with Conte back in the dugout and this time at Spurs? Kane is not very much what we have been knowing him for the past few years. And Brentford has been the surprise package of the season. I must say they have surprised me. What do you say, Razak? Have you been excited by their performance?
For me, it's Conte's reputation versus Tottenham team. I will really try to find the
Agreed.
answer that
Agreed.
Tottenham are
Agreed.
really good enough with Conte's arrival. I don't think Conte's have totally. He's in a confusing kind of state. Sometimes you look at their game that you assume that Conte has developed his annexure in his team, but on the other day, you look like it's a helpless team which has no even plan B.
Yeah, they don't have any direction. I was going through a column about Conte, and he was saying that I did not expect the situation to be so bad at Spurs. Spurs has literally disappointed. They have been inconsistent throughout. The change of manager as of now hasn't worked. And Brentford, they have come back in form in the last game. They won their last game, and they had a flying start to the season. They surprised virtually everybody. Their attacking football has excited everybody, but off late their form was not so good. But the last victory has provided them with some impetus, and I think they are going to do well against Tottenham. I think probably this is going to be a draw, or probably I am going with Brentford winning this game.
Exactly. Brentford is a tricky mid-table side with mixed
Agreed.
results. But
Agreed.
one thing they have make sure that they make life difficult for every team, regardless of the opponent who they are playing.
They're very brave. They're very brave.
They play beautiful football. I just love their style of play. Regardless of the result, what they get, what they don't get, but they play beautiful football, fearless football.
So, who are you backing to win this game?
I think Brentford.
Oh,
Brentford, dear
yeah, the
Brentford.
two of us finally agreed on some of the probably
Yeah,
underdogs. We are going with the
Tottenham's Romero
underdogs.
is still out.
We are going with the
Romero is out
underdogs.
due to injury.
Uh, so
Their
probably we
expensive
both
defender
have
is
gone
out.
against Spurs, and we think Brentford is going to win this game. And now let's move to the last game of this exciting weekend. It is your Manchester United against Arsenal. Who are you backing to win this game? Am I asking a silly question?
You are just making a mess of thing.
Am I teasing you?
Simple Manchester
Am I
United,
teasing you in
theater
this
of
regard?
dreams, man, theater of dreams.
Is it? Is it? Let's see. Let's speak about the previous results in the last 5 games, how Arsenal has performed and how Manchester United has performed. Manchester has won only one game out of five, and they have lost three and drawn one, whereas Arsenal has lost only one and won 4 games, and they have lost against Liverpool. So, as far as form is concerned, Arsenal are doing pretty well, and there are some concerns for Manchester United. although you have someone called Cristiano Ronaldo.
You are forgetting that Ronaldo loves scoring against Arsenal.
He loves
First
scoring
thing.
against anybody. He loves scoring against anybody.
Yeah.
He is a superstar. I agree. Probably he will be the man who will make the difference in this match. I don't see many. Bruno Fernandes
You are
has been a
forgetting
bit
another person.
disappointed. Rashford hasn't fired. And Sancho is getting
No,
into the
no,
groove as
no.
well. He has scored in the past two games. He scored in the Champions League and he scored against Chelsea, although it was a mistake of Jorginho which led to that goal. But Sancho is finding his feet. And with Cristiano, he's always scoring. He's never ever out of form. I think I have to agree with you. It's a Manchester home game. And with Cristiano on your side, although he played 45 minutes in his last match, he should be coming out all cylinders. What do you say, Raza Farouk, about this game and about
You're,
Arsenal, specifically about Cristiano Ronaldo?
what should I have to say about Cristiano Ronaldo? No one can say anything about his name is enough. Second, you are forgetting about Ragnick factor. Ragnick,
I was about to say, I had that in my
Ragnick
mind. I
is
just wanted to
joining the
talk
team.
about the players specifically, but that coach, yes, I agree. You may speak, please.
He will make a difference. 100% he will make a difference, and you will see a different United against Arsenal. He
I
has,
agree with you.
although he hasn't joined officially to the team for due to his work permit issues, but his approach, character, interim manager, he has taken his. He's leading the side like this. This is a Ragnick side.
I agree with
So
you.
definitely
I
he will
think
get.
the best thing that Michael Carrick has done is he has solidified the defense, and they have been much more compact in the midfield. Before they was directionless. Probably they were confused about their roles. I think they had lost their trust in Solskjaer. Let me be very frank about it. I think they lost trust in Solskjaer. But with Carrick coming in, have you must have seen the Champions League game against Villarreal and their previous game against Chelsea. They were I thought they were very good against Chelsea. Okay, you may be looking at the stats. The stats heavily favored the home side, the Chelsea. But I still think it was a very compact game, and Chelsea did not have as many chances as the stats showed. United had it covered. United were solid. United were in the game as much as Chelsea were.
They
But
were
for
compact.
some reason or other, I did not get it why Cristiano Ronaldo did not play the whole game, the 90 minutes, because I think
That's the biggest question.
he's someone who could he needed only a moment to change the game. Okay, they were lucky that they scored the goal of mistake of Jorginho, but had Cristiano been playing, I think the performance that Manchester United provided, it would have been far more competitive, and probably they would have been attacking much more. So with Cristiano coming in, and it's against their favorite opponents, Arsenal, who have been in good form, I think this is going to be a cracking of a game, probably a battle in the midfield, as Arsenal has been very solid with Saka and Smith Rowe. They have been doing really well. Aubameyang has been extremely disappointing. So I see this as a defense of Arsenal and midfield of Arsenal against Cristiano and co. This is going to be a very tight affair. I think this is probably United will grind out with 2-1, probably 2-1. I go with 2-1.
Yeah, I am also expecting a 2-1. Uh, Ronaldo will definitely come in. Ragnick was unsure that either his work permit will get accepted or not, or something like these
No,
issues.
He has
But
joined Manchester United. Probably,
yeah,
I'm not so sure how quickly he would be coming into that now. Even
but
if he comes into the
has
dugout,
some issues.
even if he comes into the dugout, he's not going to implement his philosophy in a day or two. Probably we should give him time, a couple of weeks' time. Only then we can see what Ragnick has brought to United's table. He has been an excellent coach. What he did at Leipzig, everybody saw. He is a very high quality coach. He plays pressing football. Jurgen Klopp is a fan of his, and he said that Ragnick coming to Manchester United is not a good news for the opponents.
Good news for
That is a
Liverpool
pretty good tribute from a pretty good bloody manager.
manager.
So I think we have discussed virtually all the matches of this league, and we have spoken about some fantasy players as well. From this game, I think you just cannot overlook Cristiano Ronaldo. Probably I would suggest Sancho as well. But and from Arsenal side, I would go with Smith Rowe or Saka. They have been doing pretty well. and it's going to be a tight affair. So I don't go with defenders because I think this is going to be a scoring victory for Manchester United, probably a 2-1. Raza, you would like to conclude today's episode?
Yeah, I would like to conclude on one point that you forgot to mention. I think it's De Gea. What about his form, his recent form? He's taking the burden of whole side on to his shoulders, like he played 2 seasons ago. And
I'm a
coming,
huge fan
he's
of
coming
his.
to form.
I'm a
He's
huge fan
coming.
of his. But Raza, don't you
Exactly,
think
exactly. That's why
fantasy?
I'm surprised you didn't mention him.
I did not mention him for one reason. See, when we are talking about fantasy players, Manchester United
Exactly.
don't need a
True,
reason
true,
to concede a goal, do they?
true, true, true.
Their
No
defense
doubt.
has been their defense has been leaking goals by one way or the other. De Gea has been a strong goal, but sometimes he leaks goal just because of poor defense. I think Manchester United seriously needs to look into their defense. Varane's injury hasn't helped them. I agree to that. But De Gea has been their savior for the past two games, specifically against Villarreal and Chelsea. He has been outstanding.
Chelsea.
But for fantasy, you need a clean sheet, and for that, you need your solid defense wall, which
Solid
I'm
defense line.
afraid Manchester United defense is lacking. So let's conclude this episode. It has been a wonderful time with you, my friends. And thank you very much, Raza Farouk. I think we are very, very excited for this
Welcome.
week. I think this is going to be an excellent week of football. And this is the game we love. Everybody enjoy this week. Enjoy the fantasy. And I wish all of you score some huge points. It's bye bye from my side.
Bye bye.